Card advantage is huge in sorcery. Pathfinders enables some of the best card advantage in the game. Let's dive in. Hey, welcome back to the experience here. My name is Blake, and we're going to be doing a deck profile over the 2-color Pathfinder deck. It's one of my favorite decks to play right now. It's simple, streamlined, easy to pick up, and a great fit if you're new to sorcery. So, Pathfinder here, avatar with 20 life, 1 attack power, and it says your atlas cannot contain duplicates, draw no sites during setup, tap, reveal and play the topmost site of your atlas to an adjacent void or rubble and move there. Hugely powerful card because instead of drawing sites every turn or needing to draw sites, you can continue to be able to draw spells, moving your Pathfinder around the realm, playing sites as you go. So Pathfinder enables you to continue to draw spells turn over turn and help you maintain card advantage over your opponent. And to start off, we're going to show off the artifacts that we're playing here, and we're going to start off with the Philosopher's Stone. Incredibly good piece of ramp, helps generate 2 mana on each of your turns whenever you have it in this 2-color deck. A very strong artifact, going to continue to play the 1 here. If you do not have it, that is okay. It is not necessary for this deck. And honestly, if I were you and I didn't have a Philosopher's Stone, what I would do is sub in a 4th copy of the first card we're going to be talking about today, which is Bosk Troll. Bosk Troll is a vanilla 2/3. It's overstated for its cost and is able to get incredibly aggressive against our opponents. Next, we have the probably most annoying card in the game. It is Root Spider, incredibly hard to get rid of. Burrowing, while Root Spider is burrowed, minions directly above it are disabled, which means they can't attack, they can't defend, they can't block, they can't move. A great way to slow down the game, and also is a piece of removal to get rid of some of your opponent's annoying threats. On the same vein of the Bosk Troll as just vanilla creatures, we're playing the Autumn Unicorn, all 3 copies here. It is a 3/4 overstated for its cost and is enabling us to have a big body for just a low cost of 3 mana. Next is Pudge Butcher. And so Pudge Butcher is an incredibly strong overstated minion again, which is a 4/5. It is immobile and it has tap, shoot a projectile. If it hits a unit, drag it to this location, and then Pudge may fight it. And so incredibly good at pulling an avatar over to you, dealing insane amounts of damage. And to show off the next creature here is going to be a 5/4 lifelink or Dapple Vampire here, which has Airborne. Damage dealt by Dapple Vampire strikes heals you. Now it's damage dealt, meaning that if it attacks a site, you're not going to be gaining any life. However, if you go in and you hit and strike a minion, that is how you gain life. And the last card here is on the card advantage train. Saw this in the Death Speaker video. We're playing Grandmaster Wizard here. It has Genesis draw 3 spells, and that's what we're doing here. Is we are playing as many card advantage. We want to get as many cards in our hand as possible because we're able to ramp so easily with Pathfinder. We can afford to play this 6 mana 0 power draw 3 spell to refuel our hand and continue to pump us full of gas to be able to keep and move forward and win the game. Moving over to the spells here, we're playing for Common Sense. So Common Sense is search your spellbook for an ordinary card, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your spellbook. This is going to let us fetch probably the most powerful card in the game, another card that we're playing 4 of, and is the most common card I fetch with Common Sense, and that's going to be Grapple Shot. Grapple Shot is shooting a projectile. If it hits a unit, drag your ally there, and you may strike it when it arrives. This enables you to get an extra attack off almost with your minions, and this is incredibly strong when you play these overstated minions that we're playing, like Pudge Butcher, Autumn Unicorn, Dapple Vampire. If you're able to use Grapple Shot, you're striking for 4, gaining 4 life, and then once again attacking for another gain 4. So this can be a 16-point life swing if you're able to hit this on an opponent's avatar. However, if removal is what you're looking for and what you need to get out of this situation, the 4 common sense enable you to go get one of these 3 berries that we play to remove pesky minions from the board. Because of some of the mobility challenges that we have with Pathfinder, Blink is an incredibly valuable card here. It teleports an ally to a location that's nearby, and then you draw a card. This is great if you're ever if you ever get stuck with Pathfinder, you're able to teleport over to a site and then continue to play. It's really strong there, but really where it gets the most value in my opinion is actually on Pudge Butcher, because people aren't expecting this Pudge Butcher to be able to move. By you blinking, moving your Pudge Butcher into a space, you can actually get some sneaky damage in and hit your opponent for 10 damage with a Pudge Butcher plus a Grapple Shot, or sometimes it's just the Pudge Butcher hitting them for 5. Because we are playing the 4 common sense, we're able to play lower counts of some of our other cards. Dispel is one of those. We're playing just a singular Dispel, destroy all auras and artifacts at target location up to 2 steps away. Because we have the common sense, we're playing 4 of them, we can search out Dispel, we can get rid of an opponent's Philosopher's Stone, we can get rid of cores that they may have, or even sometimes I've seen Chains of Prometheus been able to remove something that's maybe holding down our own minions. To help us finish off the game, we are playing 2 Lightning Bolts. This can also be searched with common sense. This can enable us to go ahead and hit an opponent's avatar for the final death blow to finish off a game. Playing 2 of them there because sometimes it's also a great common sense target to remove a pesky threat from an opponent. So the other spell that we're playing here is going to be Browse. We are able to look at the next 7 cards, put one into our hand. This can help us get a game-winning Grapple Shot. I would say this is not a required card in the deck. I wouldn't hate to see this be a 4th Blink, a 4th Berry. Either way, this is just a card that I am testing and experimenting now, because this can help you dig a little bit deeper into your deck to sometimes get the exact card that you need. And then we are playing 2 of the Divine Healing here, and Divine Healing is just gain 7 life. There is so much life gain in this deck with the Dapple Vampires, the Divine Healings. This plays more like a mid-range deck, to where we're able to stall out the early games and then just continue to play threat after threat that our opponent has to answer, while Grapple Shotting, burying, lightning bolting to remove all the threats that our opponent is placing. And speaking of removing threats, we're going to be playing 2 Earthquake. Earthquake enables us to rearrange sites in a 2x2 area, carrying along everything of normal size and then barrowing all minions and artifacts on those sites. So this can help us get good 2-for-1s out of our opponent, bury some pesky cores, and get rid of some minions that are hard to deal with. So the sites, we talked a little bit about Pathfinder, how no sites can be the same. And so we're not going to go too into detail on every single site. I'm going to call out a few key sites that I would ensure to try to play. And so first, Pillar, incredibly strong here to banish all dead minions and also be able to gain life. Bedrock here against all of those pesky Roots decks. We have a Windmill, Vantage Hills, Rift Valley, Holy Ground, playing 1 each of the basic ordinary sites. So we have Rustic, Humble, Simple Village. I do want to call out the Aqueduct here, because Aqueduct is good because it provides water threshold, and so if we cast a minion on our own Aqueduct, it cannot be buried by an opponent, which is a very strong card here as we're playing so many big minions that we want them to be hard to remove. That's also why we are playing the Lighthouse. We need the air threshold anyways, so we might as well have another water threshold to avoid berries. And then we're playing one each of the different towers for mana acceleration. One combo that's really good here is Updraft Ridge plus your Dapple Vampire, giving it an extra movement +1, which can enable it to get some sneaky attacks off. Mountain Pass, Watchtower, really good at permanently removing stealth from your own minions. And so if somebody casts an Infiltrate, you can play something you wouldn't want to get infiltrated near a Watchtower, so that way it would permanently lose stealth. Cloud City, so once during your turn you may fly to an to a nearby void. Really strong if you're able to have the 3 threshold on there with your Pathfinder, can help you get some extra mobility. Observatory to be able to look at the top 3 spells, and then Mirror Realm to help you get the threshold that you need to be able to cast your spells. Pathfinder is an incredibly strong avatar, helps you maintain card advantage over your opponent. This mid-range deck helps remove a ton of threats while help at the same time making your opponent respond to the big threats that you're playing. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to us here at the Experience Shares. We're going to have some gameplay video of this Pathfinder deck in the next couple of days. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.